Okay, so here we are for the battle against Daria. She is bringing Terragrass on Frostmoth and Ghost on Iron Hands. There is the Gloom as well. I kind of expected that. But you know, it is what it is. We see the Rotom. We don't see the Slowking. What else do we not see that we kind of expected? This is actually the 6th, I think, that Dave bought. And I was like, there's no way Frostmoth comes to this game, so I'm about to get swept by it. There is... yeah. So no... I don't know. I built this team so long ago. I don't remember what I bought things for. Okay. Let's have a look at my prep. That should help me figure out exactly what was going on. Regardless, I'm pretty sure my lead was just to lead up with Big Tim over here. And I can kind of just work around a lot of things on this team. Because there is the Gloom, we can't actually just freely click Leech Seed. The upside is that if Hands doesn't Terror, it's worse into my team. If Frostmoth Terrors, it's still terrifying. If it doesn't, then I think it's worse into my team. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. And good luck, have fun to Daria. Okay, so I did look at the teams. There was no Enamorus, which I thought was fantastic into me, and there's no Umbreon, which defensively was pretty solid. So, we're going to see the Iron Hands lead. In which case, I just want to Leech Seed this. If it goes for a Swords Dance and tries to break off Rip, then I'm going to Encore it. If it just murders me off Rip, then so be it. But this is a fairly bulky Ogerpon. It should be able to take one of anything unless this is Choice Banded, and if it's Choice Banded, I guess we find out straight away, don't we? There could also just be the Volt Switch here, but I think this might seem like an optimal matchup for her, especially with this being... I guess Terra Ghost doesn't really help against this. It does help her against what she probably thought the Ursaluna was going to be. I kind of expect the Rotom to come in, and if that's the case, I might just Cudgel it a turn after if Leech Seed goes off. There could very well be multiple different turns. Okay, so no hard switch. Do we see Volt Switch, or do we just get blasted by something? Okay, it's Drain Punch. To me down to 195. Okay. So we're going to get a fair chunk back. This is an Iron Hands. It has a lot of HP. Yeah, we get 50 HP back for that. Which is fantastic. And I could just Cudgel. Cudgel gets me damage on everything, so I don't think that's necessarily going to be too much of a problem. So we'll go ahead and click it. Rotom probably comes in. No, never mind. This stays. It takes barely anything. And there's Volt Switch. Okay. So that's fine. This is fine. That Volt Switch did 3, by the way. I'm pretty sure that just did 3 damage. What do we see come in? Maybe the Rotom? Like, Opon is still going to be needed for the rest of this game, so if Rotom comes in, I might just hard switch out into dragalge, but there's a good chance that there's going to be a U-turn. By U-turn I mean Volt Switch. At the same time, dragalge doesn't have too many bad matchups, and I would assume that's Assault Vest by the fact that it's Volt Switch and not SD, which actually absolutely rolled me in like 3 box. So kind of glad to not see that. Yeah, in comes the Rotom. Makes a lot of sense. At this point, I don't want to take any damage, and if this is Choice Scarf, I would take damage. So I think either I go out into... Do I go out into Hatterene at this point? Give myself momentum? Not really, because there's not a lot like necessarily I can gain from it. I think there's part of me that just wants to go out into dragalge. Like, there's not a lot that this can do to a dragalge theoretically. And if it does set up a nasty plot, I can haze it. So we will go ahead and season debut for 2 Mons, 4 Mons on this team, but 2 Mons on these first turns as a Reflect. Okay, so it's going to be screens into setup. Regardless, I want to get my T-Spikes up. There is the Gloom, which annoyingly actually is very good into my team at doing a lot of different roles, but it does mean that I can like relatively safely go into Tornadus. Because of my Tornadus set this week, it's really not that reliant on on having speed, because it just has to try and check the things that are faster than it anyway. Mainly the Enamoris that didn't turn up, but I guess now it's pretty much solely going to be used to deal with the Gloom and to potentially be able to check the Dragapult. So we're going to see the Volt Switch. Shut up. I guess I could have flip turned in an attempt to try and like bait that thing to switch. But what comes out here? Maybe Iron Hands. Iron Hands would definitely be a potential. But this is my somewhat designated Iron Hands check. It can do a decent job against it. We could see the Gloom come out, but I think Gloom is probably going to be saved mostly for the Palafin, which makes a lot of sense. Europa, that was not the Iron Hands, was it? No, that's the Frostmoth. Okay. As much as I'd like to save this, I think preventing this setup is probably going to be better for me in the long term. Like, if this kills me, I can go out to Ogerpon, but if it sets up, it becomes really quite problematic, yeah. So, just gonna haze. I cannot allow this to happen. What's crazy is that I was Gunk Shot, but was told that, you know, Gunk Shot was not a good bring. It would have gone absolutely sicko mode here. But I am absolutely not going to let that just happen for free. Does Ice Beam even kill me? Dragalge... I'm at 287, so I think I do live. Yeah, I just barely live. I could haze forever. I think on this turn I want to go out into... Because then if it doesn't set up, it's fine. If it does set up, it's fine. Yeah, I'll go out to Torn. I'll take a bit of a chunk from Ice Beam. Like 100%, I'll take a bit of a chunk. Nah, just to quiver again. Okay. Kind of surprised that she just kept going for it. I could Sludge Bomb for the poison. But I think Bleak Wind is also very much a useful click here because it will immediately slow this thing down. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to at least make it so it's slower than me, which is the main thing. If this is modest, it should not knock me out. Yeah, this should not knock me out at all. And I can Bleak Wind, get literally just no damage off, but at the same time, no speed drop. Hate to see that. And there's a weakness policy, so we may just lose here. That's a little bit tough. At least the speed is lowered. No, it's not lowered. I didn't get speed drop. Never mind. I did not get nice things, unfortunately. I think that's game. Does Hatterene live one? From +3. There's no chance, right? Yeah, there is in fact no chance. Even if it's timid. What about Ursaluna? Ursaluna of Terra Fairies will live one at +1. And play rough will kill in return. What is the most useful Pokemon for me on this team? Hatterene is nice for rocks. Outside of that, it's not super useful. So, to stop Draco spam, I will just sack off the Hatterene though. In the off chance that she goes for like a Giga Drain and I can live, now I don't lose a Pokemon, right? I mean, Giga Drain I don't live anyway, let's be honest. Ice Beam, that's just going to murder me. Never mind, it's not going to murder me. And now I got to go out into Ursaluna. What is this set? I mean, it's got to be just like max HP then. So there's no chance that it will kill Ursaluna. But there's also no chance in which Ursaluna can kill it. Regardless, I'm going to have to use my Terra here. I'm going to have to use my Terra to try and beat this piece of shit. Terra Grass means that Stone Edge won't do more than Play Rough. And if we miss the Play Rough, then it is most definitely game. And this Frostmoth has caused me to lose the will to live. Actually, I didn't check Reflect turns. That was very stupid of me. I'm pretty sure Reflect is up. So, we definitely wouldn't do any damage. So if it's not got any special attack investment, does anything else on my team live? Not particularly. So there's a chance that I have to just sack Feather Dance. Well, I certainly didn't expect that. But that's still a 2-hit KO, it looks like. Is it just Roost? Is Roost the last move? I mean, I guess we'll find out. No, Giga Drain. Which does do a lot of damage. That's down to 158 on Ursaluna. Down to 158, put me down to 39, so that's 61. Can we get a crit?
Certainly.
We cannot. So I'm at 259. I don't think I've got the health to live. It's a roll. Definitely a roll. I think no matter what I do here, I don't end up on enough health to be able to take a hit on anything. Outside of you. Maybe. Do you take an Ice Beam at +3? Nah, there's no world in which you take an Ice Beam at +3. I do think the switching is the play. I'll go dragalge. Fuck it. Someone's got to die here, right? This gives us the least health back.
Why?
And then sack the Hatterene to the Ice Beam. Really trying to make something work here. Really trying. I don't know if I can even make something work, but we've got to give it a go, right? Can Big Palafin take a Giga Drain? Nope. Man. I mean, it's kind of got to be Ursaluna here. And I gotta hope. I just gotta hope that I don't think there's any chance. I'm gonna play rough. I think this is just a 6-0 from Frosmoth, honestly. This might be Covert Cloak. That would make sense. If it's Covert Cloak to prevent speed drops, then that's just fantastic prep. But it seems I am going to get my ship rolled in by this. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam. Yeah, I don't know. This is a 6-0. This is tough. This is what you get for building at the start of the week and then just not doing anything to help yourself in between. So, fuck it, we'll try and make this work, right? We're gonna try and make something work here. Go out into Palafin on the Ice Beam, out into Ogerpon. Maybe Torn can get out to a point of health in which it somehow, someway lives an Ice Beam. I don't see a calc in which that happens, but good lord. Jet Punch will never do enough to this either, so that's a little bit tough. Again, another thing that will 4 times resist, and I think the only play I can really go for is trying to get a Jet Punch crit. Jet Punch crit would knock it out from this range. Yeah, it's a Giga Drain. This shouldn't do much at all. That does probably enough that it doesn't put me in range. I'll be out. I mean, it was never in range. It's over half now, so it's just game. There's nothing I can do here. If I just continued to haze, was there something I could do? I don't think so. If I just kept Gunk Shot, then it would have been infinitely better. But GG to Daria. She's played this one really well. Like, she positioned her Wink on immediately in a really good place. And there was nothing I could do to prevent it. Outside of clicking haze over and over, but at the same time, didn't think that was a play. Can we get a super mega crit? I was asking a lot. But that's going to be us to 1 and 4, and honestly, I think this might be our season over because our differential sucks as well. So, yeah. This is a tough one. If I just spammed haze, I think that was the best play, just to never let this thing set up. You know, it is what it is. I didn't think she would continue to set up when I could just spam haze. And, yeah, that's on me. I think I may have made the right plays, but just not in the right order. I think Dragalge going down was probably the best option for me, because this is the alternative. So, something... Lesson learned. This never lives either. Not unless it was running Jolly for whatever reason. So yeah, good game to Daria. I will try and win the rest of the games to try and have a chance at playoffs, but it's going to be tough. Our schedule is really, really difficult, and getting battered like that definitely doesn't help. Daria is has our number, to say the least. But yeah, GG. Make sure to go check out Darius' site, 'cause it's probably a lot more entertaining than mine was. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the battle. Please like, subscribe. To this one, have a great day, guys. I forgot my own outro. I've been absolutely bamboozled. Peace.